Peter Zion coming to you from Houston, and overnight U.S. time, a drone hit an oil tanker off the coast of Oman. It was several hundred miles out to sea. This is the sort of thing we should better get used to. The Iranians are in the process, with a little bit of help from sales to the Russians, of putting some of their long-range drones into mass production. Now, from a ship point of view, they're not hugely dangerous because they cannot carry a very large warhead. So one hit from one of these things, 5 hits from one of these things, is not going to take a super tanker down. But the Iranians have proven that they're relatively inexpensive to build, less than a small car, and they can send them out in waves. Also, most oil tankers, unless they're trying to avoid sanctions, have transponders, and so civilians can track them. And it's very easy for the Iranians, or anyone else for that matter, to send a small fleet in order to strike any shipping. And even if they don't take the ship down, it's going to force tankers to go faster, have lighter loads so they're higher in the water, and in general just have a bad time of things. 2 problems come from this. Number one, the range of these drones is in excess of 1,000 miles. So that puts everything in the Persian Gulf and a lot of the Gulf of Oman in Iranian range. And you can imagine any other constrained waterway on the planet and bad actors, whether they're governments or otherwise, deciding that they want to interrupt energy flows. That's just something that's going to be part of the picture moving forward. Second, the U.S. Navy is largely gone from the region. We only have carriers in the Gulf intermittently, and very soon CENTCOM headquarters in Qatar are going to be closed down. And aside from a few dozen troops that we have in Syria, special forces, there really isn't an American military presence any longer, and there isn't going to be one for the foreseeable future. The Americans are done, and the local countries are just not capable of dealing with this on their own. Which leads us to 3. The future of maritime shipping is one where the shipping companies themselves, the individual ships and captains themselves, are going to have to arm themselves. In some cases, this means having some Marines on board, private Marines, of course, in order to prevent boardings. In some cases, it means you're going to have small arms on the surface, on the top of the ship, in order to shoot down things that are coming in, and maybe even some missile systems, which are becoming cheaper and cheaper by the day, or their own drone systems in order to interdict attacks coming in. All of this is going to slow down shipping. It's going to raise the costs and make it more and more and more difficult to engage in any sort of long-term, long-range maritime shipping. The part of the world that is going to suffer the most from this by far is East Asia, where you've got lots and lots and lots of giant tankers going all the time, and lots of intermediate supply chain steps for manufacturing. That is where the vast majority of the world's shipping is on any given day, and it is all vulnerable. Okay, I think that's plenty for one video. Until next time.